Welcome to another episode of Kurdistan This Week, where we bring you the latest in the Kurdistan region from NRT Studios in Soleimani. The Kurdistan Parliament began its autumn legislative session on Sunday after being in recess for more than a month. Speaker Rawaz Fayak told the gathered lawmakers that MPs must create an appropriate conditions for government reform as proposed by the cabinet, which she said would be the primary focus of the legislative session. Among the 14 pieces of legislation that are expected to be brought forward for debate include bills related to financial reform, healthcare, food standards, agriculture, banking, and investment. In his remarks, the chair of the New Generation Movement Caucus, Kazim Farouk, called for greater legislative oversight of the executive and for a bill to help find jobs for students and recent university graduates. The Kurdistan Islamic Union said that it would focus on legislation to build human capacity in the region. A woman was murdered by her estranged husband in Erbil on Sunday when he ambushed her as she left a meeting with a social worker that she had been ordered to attend by the judge presiding over their divorce proceedings. Shadia Jassim Hamad Ali was shot 6 times in the head by her husband, Akko Qasim Hamad Ali, who was also her cousin. She died at the scene. The brazen nature of the daytime killing in a public place has sparked outrage, but gender-based violence is quite common in the Kurdistan region. In the first 6 months of 2019, 22 women were murdered and more than 800 complaints of abuse and violence were registered with the Directorate to Combat Violence Against Women. Teachers on temporary contracts protested in front of the Council of Ministers building in Erbil on Monday, demanding the permanent contracts that they had been promised when they began working for the ministry during the financial crisis. The Teachers' Representative Assembly said in a statement that even though the Kurdistan region was now on better financial footing, the government had not yet fulfilled its promise to hire them on a permanent basis. Teachers on temporary contracts work at schools that do not have a full complement of staff, particularly in rural areas. They're paid 3,000 Iraqi dinars, or about $2.50 per lesson, and typically give more than 3 lessons per day. Permanent teachers receive transportation and insurance benefits, but those on temporary contracts do not. When the government introduced the program in 2013, it stipulated that after 5 years as temporary teachers, the new hires would be given permanent contracts. Victims of Turkish and Iranian cross-border bombings on villages in the Kurdistan region gathered in Soran on Monday to launch a campaign to bring attention to the issue and demand a halt to the airstrikes and shelling. During a press conference organized in partnership with violence reduction and human rights organization Christian Peacemaker Teams, victims and their families also urged Erbil and Baghdad to establish a compensation fund for those affected. In a flyer sent to NRT Digital Media, CPT also called on all armed groups and foreign militaries to withdraw from village areas and for those killed during bombings to be recognized as martyrs and the correct cause of death listed on death certificates. According to Conflict Monitor Air Wars, as many as 46 civilians have been killed by Turkish cross-border attacks since August 2015. On September 8, 2018, an Iranian missile attack on a meeting of opposition leaders in Koya killed 16 people and wounded dozens. Director of the Soleimani Statistics Directorate, Mahmoud Osman, said on Tuesday that the poverty rate decreased to 5.5% in the Kurdistan region in 2018, representing a significant drop from just several years ago, but still above pre-2014 levels. In Soleimani governorate, it was 4.5%. As a result of the financial crisis, the poverty rate spiked to 16% in 2016, and unemployment reached 14%. Improved economic conditions, however, have led the poverty rate to drop to almost a third of what it was 2 years earlier. Unemployment has also declined to 9%. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Kurdistan This Week. If you'd like more information on these stories and others, check out our website, nrttv.com/en, and be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.